Hello everyone, welcome back. In this part, we're going to talk about CSS shadows, text effects, and web fonts. We have two types of shadows in CSS. First one is text shadows and then box shadows. First, let's cover text shadows. Let's say here we have simple paragraph with 5 words inside it. And if I bring my CSS right here, I can target my paragraph and use text-shadow property. And here I need to give one horizontal shadow and then vertical shadow to show in my browser. Let's say we want 2 pixels for each of them. You see now we have this kind of shadow, and if I make this 1 pixel, I think this is gonna be better looking. Yeah, you see now we have original text and then shadow behind that. But of course, we need to change the color of shadow. And to do that, here we give the color that we want. Let's say here we want blue color, and now you see our shadow is blue. But maybe you don't want to have this kind of sharp shadows around your text. And for that, here before the color, we're gonna give the blur effect that we want to our shadow have. Let's say we want 3 pixels right here. Now you'll see we have very good gradient type shadow behind our text. And if I change my text right here, it's gonna apply that too. And of course, you can change the color of your text to match whatever design that you have. Maybe your text in red in your design, you can do anything that you want. But let's say your color is white here. But you see, this is not going to show very good. We can change these shadows to 0 just like this horizontal and vertical values. And you see now our shadow is just in place and 3 pixels from the original place of each letter. And if I make this, for example, 5 pixels, you see now the difference. But in some cases, you might need to have 2 types of shadows. Let's say we want one with 0 horizontal and 0 vertical adjustment, and another one, let's say, black shadow. To do that, here we separate these with comma and then give the new shadow that we want. Let's say we want 1 pixel for horizontal and vertical alignment, and then we want, let's say, black. You see now we have the first blue shadow going on all around our text, and then we have the second shadow of black right here. And of course, we can give some blur to this too. And you can do this as many times as you want. Maybe you want another one of green. Of course, you can make this, let's say, 2 pixels for the adjustments, 3 pixels of blur, and green color. You'll see now we have our third shadow going on too. But after this, we can create simple border around our text. If you pay attention here, if I have 1 pixel and another 1 pixel here, and then let's say black color right here, you see we have only something going on in the right and bottom of our text. And if I remove, let's say, this one, you see now we are getting only the left side bordering. So what we can do is to have 4 separate shadows just like this one, but with different adjustments for horizontal and vertical values. Let's say in this one we want this to be 0 and then this one to be 1. And here we need to give this negative value to come before of our letter. And then in the last one, we can do the same thing for our vertical value. And now you'll see we have created simple border around our text. After this, we have our box shadow, and to show that to you, I'm gonna use simple div right here, and let's get that paragraph inside that. So here, let's clear all of this, target our div in our CSS file, and to use box shadow in CSS, we simply type box-shadow property right here. And as you know, in the text shadow, we are going to give this two parameters for the vertical and horizontal alignments. And of course, we can have some blur effect here and change of our shadow's color. But you know, here again, we have only in right and the bottom side. So if I make this 0 and make this 0 again, you'll see now we cover all of that. But if we want our shadow to be a little bigger than our div, what we should do? If we change this one right here, you see it has a little change. But the original way to do this is to use spread. And here before our color, let's say we want 3 pixels of spread. Now you'll see our border is going to have 3 pixels of spread right here, and then applying other configs. Another thing that we have in box shadow is our inset keyword. And if we use that, it's gonna change the shadow from going out of the box to be inside the box. And here, if I add inset after my color, you'll see now our shadow is coming inside and not the outside. The next thing that we are going to talk about is our text effects. And for that, I'm gonna clear this div and only have my paragraph right here. Here, let's say we want to give some width to our paragraph. Let's say 100 pixels right here. You'll see now how it has shrinked and be in that width. And if I give this a simple background of some gray thing going on, let's say 34. Yes, this is good. If I add some property called word wrap right here, you'll see I have break word and normal values. That if I use this break word and if I have some long words inside my paragraph, you see how it's gonna apply. That you see we have this word and after this word has been break. But if I make this in normal mode, you'll see now it's going to come and go across my width, which we have choose right here. But let's say we want our paragraph to be only in one line and not dividing to 4 other lines just like this. To do that, we can use property called white space. And here, if I give this no wrap value, you'll see that our paragraph is here with no wrapping and going to the next line. But you know that we have these overflows that we might don't need in some of our designs, or we need them in some other designs. You know that we can make how our overflow we want. Let's say we want that hidden. You'll see here we have this word not complete, and this is not good in our designs. To fix this issue, here we're gonna use text overflow property. And here, if I choose this clip mode, you see that we have this thing going on. But if I change this to ellipsis, you see now instead of that, we got this 3 dots, which means this text has some continued things going on. Another thing that we can have right here, let's clear all of this and let's clear our width too. Yeah. Another thing that we might have in our design is maybe some vertical line in all over our designs. To use vertical text in our designs, we have several modes. One of them is to have some span inside our paragraph, write what we want to be vertical inside that, and then in our CSS, we select that span, and in writing mode property, we set how we want our text to be shown. For example, here you see sideways left to right. That if I select that, that means we want this sideways from left to the right as normal. But if I change this to vertical type, you'll see now our text is vertical instead of horizontal. And of course, we have this LR and RL for being from left to right or right to left.
Please give a like and subscribe to catch next videos.